Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Ada-Borup High School for the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. We will be underway momentarily here as you do see the graduates lining up ready to proceed into the ceremony. Here, the class of 2021, 38-member class for Ada-Borup High School this year. They will be recognized here with the speakers also today, including here with Lauren Nelson will have the welcome for us as we get started. Rachel Ahrens, Lillian Bicker, Jessica Qualley, Will Jacobson also all being part of the program today. Again, the graduating class of 2021 for Ada-Borup High School. The commencement ceremony will start momentarily.
Thank you. Please rise and join the Ada-Borup Senior High Choral Ensemble for a singing of the national anthem. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the graduating class of 2021, it is my pleasure to welcome parents, families, friends, teachers, and underclassmen of the Ada-Borup High School that are here with us today. First, let's take a moment to look around. I don't know about you guys, but I'm beyond thankful that we are all able to come together today one last time to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class, especially given the recent pandemic and restrictions that we have dealt with over the past year. From distance learning to the mask mandate, sports cancellations, not being able to see our classmates every day, and trying to stay 6 feet apart at all times, this was definitely not the senior year we have expected. However, I am proud of how this graduating class responded to these new normals and truly made the best out of these circumstances. Our positive reaction says a lot about our resilience and dedication to a successful future. It would have been so easy to let this affect our education and experiences this year, but instead we found the good out of this situation and grew stronger together. I'm confident that each and every one of the graduating class will only continue to practice this resilience, dedication, and positive outlook as we go our separate ways. Now, I bet you never expected to hear this today, but class of 2021, wow, we made it. I didn't think this day would ever come. It went by in a blink of an eye. It feels like just yesterday we were starting high school. It didn't quite feel like a graduation speech without these. Class of 2021, although we have several accomplishments under our belts already throughout your high school career, I want to remind you all from the words of C.S. Lewis. There are far, far better things ahead than any that we leave behind. I know this is only the beginning for each and every one of us. Always continue to strive for better, and I can't wait to hear about all your additional accomplishments down the road. Thank you. Please enjoy the Ada-Borup High School Choral Ensemble's performance of Home.
School board, administration, faculty, and staff of Ada-Borup, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen of the Ada-Borup class of 2021. I have the privilege of speaking to you this afternoon. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Several years back, I had the opportunity to speak to the NCW graduating class of 2015 at their graduation. During my speech, my message was from the movie Rocky Balboa. Before his comeback fight, Rocky says to his son, "Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. But it ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward." During this speech, I went on to tell a little bit about myself, my journey after high school. I went to Mayville State University to play basketball with an undecided major. I was a standout small school athlete, at least I like to think so, with good grades and a lot of confidence. Things were going great with basketball. I had earned the starting spot on a very solid team. I was making new friends with my teammates, and classes were going well. I had decided to declare a major in math education due to some of my former teachers that I had that were very influential in my life. I lasted 8 games into the season before tearing my ACL at a basketball practice. Life hit hard. I had shut down. Looking back, I probably went through some depression, and I had nearly failed out of college. I wasn't prepared to handle the hard hits life was throwing at me. Thankfully, I did figure it out, got my teaching years in 5 years rather than 4, and extremely enjoy getting to teach and coach students such as yourselves every day at Ada-Borup. I share this story with you because I believe it's important for you to know that things are not always going to be all sunshine and rainbows. You will face adversity many times, and you will fail many times. But these experiences will help build who you will become and make you a stronger individual. When preparing for this speech, I listened to a speech from Denzel Washington that he had given to some class somewhere around the world. He tells the graduates, failure is inevitable. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. But as Rocky says, get back up and keep moving forward. Class of 2021, you've already been hit hard. Harder than most and maybe harder than ever. A class that survived a tuition agreement between 2 neighboring school districts. A class that missed out on their junior spring sports season, their junior prom. Many lost memories and experiences in school together involving academics, arts, and athletics. Your senior year was scarred by mask wearing, hybrid learning, and close contact tracing. You also grieved the loss of a beloved classmate, Ethan Clemens, last November. Despite the unfortunate outcome of Ethan's battles with lymphoma and leukemia, what a tremendous example Ethan has left for the class of 2021. Ethan undoubtedly was hit harder than any of us, but he chose to put a smile on his face daily, and his optimism towards his future is something to be admired. Ethan's genuine kindness towards everyone and witty sense of humor is what the world needs more of. I, for one, can say I am fortunate to have known Ethan, and his impact on me has made me a better person, and I'm sure he has the same with you guys. Class of 2021, have the courage to never give up through any adversity that life throws your way, just as Ethan has set an example for you. The last few years of high school have handed you unfair situation after unfair situation. Yet you carried on and made the most of the opportunities you did get. You and your peers around the world have accomplished things no other graduating class has been faced with. You turned your bedrooms into the classrooms, and you faced the adversity of distance learning with resiliency and determination. A scenario no one was prepared for. Not you, not your administration or teachers, not your parents. Although not ideal looking back, you may be much better prepared for your future having successfully navigated this unknown path. In these coming days after graduation, your perspective on high school graduation may change. This isn't actually the end, but rather this is the beginning of the next chapter in your lives. Many of you are choosing to pursue your education further, while others will start to build a resume in the workforce or military. You will meet many new people and make new friends. You may stay in touch with some of your classmates, but reality is you will lose touch with many of them. No matter what direction you are headed, you are forever linked together as the Ada-Borup graduating class of 2021, and I, for one, look forward to seeing what you can accomplish. Thank you.
I wish I could have you guys all turn around like we did for the national anthem, but we can't do that. So, here we go. To the class of 2021, the road ahead. I was given a wide platform to speak on today. At first, I felt like I needed to change all of your lives with this one short speech, but I shortly realized that that was not realistic. I understand that this speech will not change your life, but I hope I can give you some encouragement for the road ahead. Today, I want to share 2 pieces of advice that I've received from 2 of the most important people in my life, my mom and my dad, in hopes that you may be able to use them in your life as well. We sit up here today with our entire future in front of us. It is not a distant reality anymore. It begins here, it begins today. Going off into the real world is exciting because the opportunities are endless. But after talking with some of my classmates, I noticed that a lot of them feel the same way I do. Yes, of course we are excited and feel like we are young and ready to go out into the world and start our lives. But at the same time, we are hesitant. We are hesitant because one wrong decision can ruin our life, but at the same time, one step in the right direction could change our life for the better. Life is full of choices. Sometimes we come to a fork in the road and have to decide if we want to turn left or turn right. Even though we are only 18 years old, we have already had to make some big decisions in our lives, and unfortunately, those big decisions have hardly begun. Sometimes it is hard to know what the right thing to do is. Obviously, it's easy to look back and wish you could make a U-turn. This is where my mom's advice comes into play. She would say, give it the rocking chair test. The rocking chair test is exactly what it sounds like. One day, you'll be old, sitting in a rocking chair, looking back on your life. What will you remember? Will you have any regrets? Decisions are hard, but they are something more. They are options. Options remind us that there's always another way. Life is hard. You may hit a pothole, get a flat tire, or run out of gas. This is where I would hear my dad's voice saying, life's not fair, it's tough. I have heard this phrase countless times. Granted, I heard it the most when my siblings and I were arguing over who got to ride shotgun, but I think it portrays a very real idea. In today's world, it seems that we all want to be treated the same way and have the same guidelines, but that is impossible because we are all dealt a different hand. Or maybe I should keep going with my road analogies and say we are all pursuing a different destination. I will be the first to admit that life can be hard to navigate sometimes. But we have had a lot of instruction and have been given the directions. We are equipped for the road ahead. So let's keep our eyes on the road and stay between the ditches. In a few minutes, we will be high school graduates. We will walk across the stage, get our diplomas, go to graduation parties where we will eat too much food. But not long after that, the people you grew up with that became your best friends will no longer be a short drive away. You will look at SnapMap, and you won't see a big cluster of your friends anymore. You'll have to zoom out in order to see everyone. With that reality, enjoy the time you have left at Ada, or in your hometown, because soon you will be depending on a GPS everywhere you go. I hope your tank is full, because we are out of here. Thank you. And P.S., my mom wanted me to add, always remember the road that leads you back home. Please enjoy the Ada-Borup Senior High Band's video tribute to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Jessica, for making that video for us. Hello, families, teachers, staff, and fellow graduates. Today is the day we finally graduate, if you couldn't tell already. I'm going to skip over all that other introduction stuff you have already heard a few times, but I will say one thing. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over these last 14 years of our lives. It has been a long 14 years, but they were full of memories. Throughout elementary school, we were quite the class. In kindergarten, we only had 24 in our class, and 13 of that 24 are here graduating today. We have always been a small class, and now we are at our biggest size of a whopping 38. While in elementary, it seemed that we got in trouble a lot. We lost recess multiple times, as well as talking at lunch for being too loud. We also got Foursquare and tag taken away from us because we were too aggressive and were arguing over it all the time. We stayed strong and eventually got them back. There were also some great and fun moments while in elementary. We took field trips every year to places such as the Red River Zoo 2 years in a row, the Chihinkapa Zoo, Bonanzaville, the Sandhills, visiting our pen pals from the Hutterite colony, and our 6th grade class field trip to the cities. That big lightning strike scared us all while we were playing football in the hotel's courtyard. In 6th grade, we were excited to have a new playground to play on. We were also excited to finally be allowed to play on those snow piles that year. Thank you to our para, Jody, for allowing us to play on those snow piles. Soon enough came 6th grade graduation, where we ended our years of elementary school. 7th and 8th grade, also known as middle school, aka the years of our awkward phases, but we don't want to talk about those. One thing I remember is when we messed up the system in 7th grade because there were only 25 in our class. We were all in one section for every class except for health and PE. I think we can all remember I equals PRT from math that year. Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Charades and computers that year was quite a blast, especially when Jessica blasted out of her seat when we guessed the correct answer and then came back down and fell in her chair backwards. Now, I don't remember a lot about 8th grade, but maybe that's for the best. I had to do some research by reading the autobiographies that we wrote for Mrs. Johnson and my Snapchat memories. According to my autobiography, we had popcorn cake in English, and Mr. Erickson did not like our singing in algebra. I also found in my autobiography that my PE section had to run the mile twice because our times weren't good enough. From my Snap memories, I saw that Lauren had her one and only Halloween party. Okay, that's enough memories of junior high. Now, where is my juggler?
Carlson didn't know this was going to happen. So in Miss Lee's room, I took on a challenge to learn how to juggle, and within a few days, I got it pretty much down. I got it for 30 seconds. I got 5 bonus points. So I'm going to try it here.
I definitely had the pleasure of watching him learn how to juggle in that class. Now we have high school, the quickest 4 years of my life. There were so many memories that I've made these past 4 years. I am just going to list some of the amazing memories that have come over the last 4 years. The pep band trips to state, our band trip to Chicago, different sports teams making it to state. I will never forget how much fun we had in our room for state volleyball. Having sleepovers, character building construction paper in Mrs. Johnson's room. Yes, our class was the reason for that. FCCLA Nationals to Atlanta, Georgia, and Anaheim, California. Anaheim is where some of us experienced the plane being struck by lightning, a shark sighting, and 2 earthquakes. Proms. McKenna and I became softball throwing partners freshman year and stuck with each other. When the students from Norman County West came over, we gained not only classmates but new friends. Choir gang and gray sweatpant gang. Don't worry, not real gangs. Getting second in the homecoming float contest sophomore year.
Our senior prank where we parked our cars terribly, slept overnight in the parking lot, and filled Carlson's office with balloons, which he called, and I quote, cute. And the Harry Potter Puppet Pals still being your reigning lip sync champions from 2019. These were just some of the amazing memories that have come out of high school. I'm a little short here. Now, if I had to choose one word to describe our class, it would be strong. These last 14 months have felt like 10 years. They have included some of the hardest things we've had to go through. COVID-19 shut us down March of our junior year, and we weren't prepared for what was to come. We missed our ACT date, yay, and our spring sports seasons at the end of the year, boo. That following summer, we got more of an idea of how senior year was going to go, or so we thought. This was not the senior year we had envisioned, with social distancing and masks, online learning, quarantines, and something we never thought we would have to go through in our lives. Losing a classmate and a friend has been one of the hardest things that all of us had to go through. When Ethan was first diagnosed with cancer, we all thought he could beat this, but we also knew it was going to be a tough battle. Our class and community rallied together in support of Ethan while he was going through this tough time. We were all strong because he was strong. For what our class has been through, from kindergarten to now, we have stayed strong and persevered. There are going to be other hardships and rough times in our lives. Be resilient through those times because I know each and every one of us is able to overcome anything life throws at us. We've made many memories over the years, and we were definitely a memorable class. From messing up the system to being possibly the only senior class whose prank will be called cute. Hold on to these memories, but don't forget to make new ones. You're going to have to share those new ones at the class reunions. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Superintendent Aaron Cook to give remarks.
I'd like to start off by first off giving a very large congratulations to our graduating class of 2021. You guys have had to go through challenges in which no other class has ever had to go through before, and hopefully will never have to again. You know, in looking at those challenges, they've all been mentioned before, but I don't think they can be stressed enough. You finished your junior year distance learning. You went through going into the summer of your senior year with uncertainty of what was going to come next. Throughout your senior year, you had to experience hybrid learning, you had to have mask wearing, we had social distancing, we had quarantines, loss of activities, and masking every day in school. I do find it quite fitting that on your graduation day is the first day all year we've been able to be without masks and without social distancing requirements in the school building. So when you sit back and look through what this class has been through, you've really taken everything this pandemic can throw at you. You've all gotten through it with flying colors. Some of you even thrived with all the new challenges that have been presented your way. Throughout all of it, I think we can look back and find something that you've taught us. You have not dwelled on opportunities that have been taken away from you, but instead you've looked forward to what has been presented to you. You see opportunities in everything, and you go full steam ahead. I think we can all take a lesson from that, from what you guys did this year. So going forward in your next chapter of life, remember what you've made it through this year. Remember what you've made it through when times are difficult. Like Mr. McCraven said, life's going to hit you hard sometimes. That's going to happen. Sit back and look at what you made it through your senior year. Think of all the things that were taken away, but how you've thrived in all of it. If you can make it through this year, you can make it through anything in life. So in the end, I am very happy to be able to call all of you Ada-Borup graduates, and I wish you the best in your next chapter of life. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, administration, school board members, the following have met all requirements set forth by the Minnesota Department of Education, the state of Minnesota, and the Board of Education of the Ada-Borup School District for graduation for high school. Seniors, as I read your name, please rise and receive your diploma from Ada-Borup High School Board Chair, Mick Thompson. Members of the audience, please hold your applause until the diplomas have been awarded in order to show respect for all graduates. Thank you. Rachel Marlene Ahrens. James Dustin Bishop. Lillian Day Bitker. Anthony Charles Borgen. Emily Millie Brown. Ian John Brubaker. Ashton Jacob Carlsrud. Savannah Olivia Chisholm. Mason Tyler Ferry. Jacob Andrew Feld. Jasmine Rose Haverkamp. McKenna Elizabeth Hellerud. Cheyenne Lynn Holmgren. Nicholas James Iwin. Philip Ray Jackson. Daniel John Jossend. Ronald Glenn Knar. Dallas Tyler Correll. Amber Dawn Lee. Eskyla Martha May Manriquez. Anthony William May. Logan Samuel Miller. Kylie Rose Muthart. Angelina Alexi Morales. Brooke Nelson. Brennan James Peterson. Ethan Thomas Plemons. Jessica Carol Qualley. Wyatt Daniel Rudnick. Emma Irene Schlapkel. Amber Lynn Shively. Andrew Ryan Sipp. Morgan Dale Sipp. Alexander Charles Sturton. Tanner John Tumberdahl. Gracie Lou Jade Weston. Erica May Wilhelm. Weston Carl Winfrey. Jacob Nicholas Wool. Graduates, please stand. Graduates, please change your tassels. I proudly present you the Ada-Borup High School graduating class of 2021. Graduates, please be seated.
I'm going to keep this short and simple, just like all of our papers and projects we did throughout the years. So, we may have entered high school known as one of the most obnoxious and worst classes to ever attend. But today, we are leaving as bright, motivated, and caring individuals. Life is nothing but moments. The fight you had with your friend is just a moment. The project you were up all night finishing is just a moment. The game you lost is just a moment. The road trip you and your friends took jamming to music is just a moment. Every up and down and everything in between is just a moment that passes in time. Don't be afraid to take the risks in life because you never know when the moment will pass. Appreciate the moments you are given and the people you get to share them with, because no matter how beautiful or tragic the moment is, it will always end. So hold on a little tighter, smile a little bigger, and laugh a little louder. Forgive a little quicker, and love a whole lot deeper, because these moments you'll remember when you're older and wishing you can rewind time. Not a single thing lasts forever, so enjoy it before you're gone. I'm so thankful for all the moments we've shared over the years and can't wait to see where life takes us after graduation. Whether the road you're on needs to become a medical professional, serving in the military, or entering the workforce, take the time to remember where you've came from and the ones who've gotten you here. Be humble and complete every task ethically, thoroughly, and honestly. Find your passions, fight for change, and strive for success. Always remember what George Strait said: as we look into the future as far as we can see, let's make each tomorrow the best it can be. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best of luck. For one last time, class of 2021, you are dismissed. Thank you. At this time, I invite Mr. Carlson to give our closing comments.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being with us here today. I would like to invite everyone to congratulate our graduates on the north side of the building following the ceremony. And there is much to celebrate. These young men and women have overcome so much this past year. From distance learning to one-way hallways to even multiple requests to stand on your dot at lunch line. They've also lost a classmate, a friend, and to many a brother. I know Ethan is proud of each and every one of you, as I am. We're very proud of the way you've handled these hardships with class and dignity. I truly believe that the character you have developed will lead you towards successes in life. This is a great feat that you've all accomplished today, and due in no small part to the support you've had from your families, the community, and the staff here at Ada-Borup High School, including two of our retirees and grand marshals for the parade, Ruth Hayden and Renee Visser. These teachers and countless others have provided unwavering support. They were there for the after-school hours to help you turn that C into a B. They showed up to support your activities. They were also there to simply listen and share their wisdom. I would like to ask you to find some time today to reflect on your time here at Ada-Borup School. Give thanks to those family members, those teachers, and those friends that have been there with you through the thick and thin. As we have neared the end of this journey together, I encourage you to use the lessons learned to influence your future decisions. I firmly believe that the obstacles that you have faced will have a very positive impact on your development into adulthood. Always remember your Cougar family, no matter where your bright future takes you. You are amazing. I feel very fortunate to be able to say this one last time. Congratulations, Ada-Borup class of 2021. Go Cougars.